All right, so today we're doing a deep dive on something pretty pretty intense, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's been on a lot of people's minds.
It's a Truth Social post
Yeah.
by Donald Trump, and
Yeah.
it's about MSNBC and Rachel Maddow.
Mm.
And like this isn't just, another random social media thing.
Okay.
He's kind of got this pattern of
Exactly. Yeah, this is a
Let's-
recurring theme.
Yeah, and we kind of want to like get into that and like what the potential like real world impact of this is.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be looking at a transcript from the Ring of Fire YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to kind of try to break down, like, what are the key elements of what he's saying?
Yeah,
How does this fit into, like, his broader history of rhetoric?
exactly.
And, what are the possible consequences of this?
Right. And we're going to do this without, trying to like give our own personal opinions on like,
Yeah.
Rachel Maddow or MSNBC or CNN or, any of the players involved.
Totally. Like, it's not about whether we agree with them or not.
Exactly.
It's really about, like,
Look the words.
what is this rhetoric doing,
Yep.
Okay, so the Truth Social post, it was from Friday night.
Okay.
And Trump basically says that Rachel Maddow has horrible ratings and that she's going to be off the air soon.
Right.
And that MSNBC and CNN are failing.
Yeah.
And he ends it by saying, they are the enemy of the people.
Yeah, that's the part that really sticks out, right?
Pick a big.
It's a loaded phrase.
Yeah.
And the source really highlights the fact that he's used this before.
Oh, yeah, like all the time.
Yeah, throughout his first term and even after.
Yeah.
He's constantly calling, certain media organizations.
Right.
And sometimes even just the media as a whole, the enemy of the people.
Yeah.
So it's this like recurring thing that I think is important to understand.
Yeah. And like the transcript really emphasizes that there are real world consequences to using that kind of language.
Absolutely.
Like they give some examples of violence and threats.
Yeah, like that guy who got arrested with explosives near CNN.
Exactly like that.
Yeah. It's scary stuff.
It's really scary because it's like words can actually, lead to.
Absolutely.
Willy.
Words have power.
Yeah.
And the source actually says that some of Trump's supporters see this kind of rhetoric as like marching orders.
Wow.
It's almost like he's giving them permission to act out.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, it's a really disturbing thought.
Now, I just want to say, like, whether you like Rachel Maddow or MSNBC or CNN or any of these outlets,
Right.
that's not what this is about,
Exactly.
We're not here to debate, like,
Who's right or wrong?
yeah, if you agree with their coverage or not.
It's about the impact of the language.
It's about the language and, like, how it affects, like, the public sphere.
Exactly.
And, the source also talks about, like, Trump's motivations.
Right.
They suggest that maybe he's, like, intentionally going after Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
And other media figures. And they even suggest that maybe he's got this, like, animosity towards, like, educated, smart women.
Right, like that could be a factor.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
And there's this, like, personal story in the transcript, too,
Oh, yeah.
where the speaker talks about their own experience with Rachel Maddow,
Okay.
like back when they were both at Air America.
Uh-huh.
And they describe her as, like, a genuinely good human being.
Wow.
And, like, they're saying she doesn't deserve to be targeted like this.
Right. It definitely adds a more human dimension to it.
Yeah, it makes it more real.
Yeah.
So I think this all kind of brings up this, like, bigger question.
What's that?
Like, what responsibility do public figures have when it comes to the language they use?
It's a huge question.
Yeah, and, like, how much can those words actually shape perceptions? And, like...
And influence action.
Exactly.
You know, because clearly the source is saying that this kind of labeling can have real consequences.
Totally.
And it can put people at risk. So we need to be really mindful of that.
So basically, we've been looking at Donald Trump's Truth Social post where he calls Rachel Maddow, MSNBC and CNN, the enemy of the people.
Bro.
And we've talked about how this kind of language can be really dangerous.
And how it fits into a larger pattern of behavior.
Exactly.
This isn't an isolated incident.
Yeah.
So I think the takeaway here is that we need to really pay attention to the words that public figures use.
And, like, how they use them.
Because they have a lot of power.
Yeah. And their words can have a huge impact on the world.
Absolutely.
So think about this. Like, given how influential these figures are,
Yeah.
should there be, like, ethical guidelines for how they use language?
It's a tough question.
It's a really tough question.
Or I think it's worth asking.
Yeah, because the way they talk can really affect our social and political climate.
Absolutely.
So it's something to really think about.
For sure.
All right, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.